All right, gentlemen, excuse me. Help me move these tables, will you? Oh, careful with this.
Hi. Next to you on the right.
Great. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hey, Andy. Good to see you, too. I'd like you to meet Kitty Fielding. She's a friend of mine. This is Andy Dixon, manager of this establishment. He's also my brother-in-law.
Oh, well, lovely to meet you.
Oh, lovely to meet you, too. You were here yesterday, I think.
Oh, well, I can see why you're the manager. You have an excellent memory.
Well, you're pretty hard to forget.
Hey, Andrew, we're going to need a table for two.
Yes, just give me a minute.
Great.
Just what do you think she's doing here again? And with Daryl?
I'll just march myself over and find out. Well, Miss Fielding, what a surprise. How do you two know each other?
Well, actually, we're old friends from when Kella and I lived in Europe.
Oh.
She gave me a call and she was in town. We haven't seen each other since then. Gosh, I don't even want to think. And I suggest we come down, grab a bite, and catch up on old times.
Oh, my. Oh, you do get around, don't you?
Thank you for waiting.
No problem. Okay, thanks. Excuse us, please.
Sure. Well, it seems they're old friends. Daryl knew her when he was in Europe.
Lisa, my car is ready when you are.
All right, all right. Now, don't you let Kitty lady upset you at all. You just go right ahead and enjoy your time with
I will.
Connor.
Don't worry about it. I might even enjoy the evening just a little bit more.
Bye-bye. Hey, Bob, is Franny going to be at the wedding?
That's what I heard.
It's kind of weird. Carrie and Franny back at your place. And Daryl here having lunch with another woman.
Franny? Hi, honey. Joyce said you were out here. Hi, Mom. What's the matter?
The phone just rang. It was Candace Rogers.
Oh, you had a meeting with her. I thought she had canceled it because she was called away to Des Moines on
Yeah,
business.
exactly. And Daryl was the one who called her away, Mom, because Candace is the only person that can back up his wild excuse for everything.
Well, so, did she corroborate Daryl's story?
No, she didn't. As soon as I brought it up, she sounded funny and said that she had to get back to me. This is just another one of Daryl's staged tactics to cover his tracks.
I know. Okay, listen, honey. If you don't get a breather from this, I'm just afraid you're going to come apart at the seams.
I'm helpless, Mom. I mean, a part of me really wants to believe Daryl, and then all these things keep happening,
I know,
and
I know.
what am I
But,
supposed to do?
Honey, you got it. You know what? You have to drop it. You got to put it out of your mind. I mean, get out of here. Get away from the house for a while and forget about it. Now, I'm going to be here all afternoon. When Candace calls back, if she calls back, I will set up a time for you two girls to talk. Okay? Do it. Please.
All right. I'll go to the yacht club and I'll see Andy, and I'll
Good
swim,
idea.
and
I'll have a nice lunch. Hello? May I say who's calling? Oh, just a minute.
Candace?
Gavin Kruger for you.
I'll miss you, Caleb. Very much.
Hey, Angel. I bet you miss Caleb already, huh?
Yeah, I do. But I'm glad he's doing what he has to do. Because in a way, this trip to New York is really for both of us.
Yeah. Must be a great feeling. Caring about someone, knowing that when you're apart, they're missing you as much as you're missing them.
There's no way I'm going to lose Hush to that little runaway girl, no matter what it takes.
Damn it, Tess! Of all the selfish, thoughtless things I have ever known you to do, this really takes the prize.
Turns. This portion brought to you today by Pringles. So fresh, once you pop, you can't stop.
How did you know where to find me?
That's not important. Did you ever stop to think for 1 minute that Lisa and Mrs. Myers and half of this town has been worried sick about you?
No, I wasn't thinking. Not after all those awful things you said to me.
You're damn right you weren't thinking, or you at least would have called to let somebody know you were okay. I've been calling everywhere trying to find out if you were all right. I thought something terrible had happened to you. I was blaming myself. And you know why, Tess? Why? Because I tried to talk to you honestly about something that you wouldn't want to talk about.
You're right. I didn't want to talk about it. I didn't. And how do you think it feels when the person that you love most in the world tells you that he doesn't want to be with you, that he'd rather spend time with some tramp?
First of all, I never said that. I never ever said that. Second of all, Rosanna's not a tramp, all right? Now, yesterday, all I was asking for from you, Tess, is a little breathing space so that I could sort out some feelings that I've been having. You know, you've been clinging to me like some kind of damn vine ever since Rosanna got here.
That, you know, we've talked about my problem and how I'm insecure.
I know,
I
remember, and I felt sorry for you when you said it. But
oh,
you can't...
I don't want you to feel sorry for me. Oh, pity is the last thing that I want you to feel. All I ever wanted was your love. That's all I ever wanted. Remember the first night we made love? Remember what you said to me about commitment? Oh, Hutch, was there ever really a commitment? Or was that just some line you used to get what you wanted from me before Rosanna came along?
Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to propose a toast.
Oh, sweetie, the toasts are supposed to come after the ceremony.
Well, listen, that's for everyone else, but now it's the groom's turn.
Oh.
As the gentleman, and I use the term loosely, at this table have so slyly pointed out, this is my last day as a free man.
Yeah.
But let me tell you, no man was more anxious and willing to give up his freedom than I. And the beautiful woman I'm about to marry is the reason why. To Jessica.
All right.
Jessica, yes. Woo! Cheers.
Can we go swimming now, please?
Wait a minute now. It's may I, and yes. But no running.
They are having a ball.
Oh, after all this, it's going to be hard getting them home.
Well, who says you have to go back? We can find a place for you here.
Yeah, Duncan, that's a lovely offer, but our life is back in New York.
Now, wait, whoa, Fiona, wait. Don't be so quick to say no. Give it a little thought.
Oh, boy, if I eat one more morsel of food, I'm not going to be able to fit in my wedding gown tonight.
Well, sweetheart, it won't be long before we're finding some maternity clothes.
Hey, when do you get to take a break?
I don't know. We have a late lunch crowd.
We haven't had any time to spend with each other since you got back, and now you're going to this wedding?
I know. I'm sorry. We'll have time to talk.
Well, talking isn't exactly what I had in mind.
I don't care if Courtney asked you straight out or not. Just keep denying what happened between us, for everyone's sake.
Hello.
Hi.
Excuse me. Hi. We're going to be closing up after the cocktail hour. I just thought I'd let you know to set up for Jessica and Nathan's reception.
Okay, thanks.
All right. Well, what do you say we swing over here for a swim, and then we'll swing out for dinner?
That sounds great. You're amazing. I can't believe you're so relaxed with Kitty sitting over there.
Well, I'm not going to let her get to me because that's exactly what she wants. So here's to a lovely evening with a beautiful woman and no games.
I'll drink to that.
I remember how close your father, Sir Albert, and Carolyn's dad were.
Oh, yes. Father still talks about Nate. Listen, I meant to write you a note when I read about Carolyn, but I've just never been terribly good at that sort of thing.
Well, that's all right. I was in such a state, I probably never would have noticed anyway.
Well, it was a terrible tragedy. But I'm thrilled that you found happiness again so soon. No, I saw the photos of you and your new bride in the London papers.
Really?
And they said you went to Sardinia on your honeymoon. Now, I remember once being in Sardinia when you and Carolyn were there.
Franny!
Hey. How are you?
Has anybody heard from our chief of staff from afar?
No, we weren't expecting to, though.
Ah. But if we do, is there a message?
No, there's none that I'd care have you deliver.
Hi.
Have you heard anything from Iva?
I only know that she called to check on Aaron.
I don't know why she left that young man behind.
Well, I think it's pretty obvious that her and John needed some quality time.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ellie, I think we better get a move on. Lily's waiting.
Yeah.
You're going out to the farm. Would you remind my daughter she's going to the wedding with me? Would you please be at my house at 6:30?
Sure.
Excuse me, I have an appointment.
Okay, bye. Have a good day. Let's go.
Do the same.
Bye.
Morning.
Hey, Cal.
Hey.
Hey, Cal.
Hey.
Your not-so-silent business partner went that-a-way.
I'll say.
Actually, I'm looking for my only important partner. I want to check our signals for this wedding this evening.
Oh, I saw Lila with Margot and Tom before, but I don't know where they went. I'm so pleased that you went to the Rape Crisis Center and talked to one of the counselors, Margot. I can't tell you how important that is.
Yeah, well, reliving every ugly detail was not a lot of fun, but you're right, talking to someone who's been through it did help.
Well, actually, last night was the first night she got any sleep since it happened, so.
No, I didn't sleep through the whole night. I did have another nightmare. This time he was calling and threatening me, and you know how you're paralyzed and you can't scream. And then I woke up and I realized it wasn't a dream. He actually had called and threatened me in my own home, and I'm a cop. I'm afraid to let my own kids play in their own backyard.
Margot, I'm sure the boys are going to be fine at my house.
You're sure that? I'm not sure of that, Mama. I don't know. I mean, how do we know that they're not watching the house? How do we know that they're not following us when you take the kids over to your house?
Margot, we cannot live in fear of these jerks that attack...
What we do? Don't you see what's happening? Don't you see that this violation is just going on and on and on, and I'm sick of it. I'm sick of the phone taps. I'm sick of the nightmares. I'm sick of feeling like I'm a lousy cop because I couldn't protect myself. I'm sick of feeling like I can't live my life. I am sick of feeling like a victim.
Good. Because you have every right to be angry, Margot. And letting out these feelings can only help you.
I guess an airplane isn't the greatest place in the world to try and be creative.
You know, I don't know how you and Mama do it. You take this blank piece of paper and you make a whole book out of it.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't be so hot at trying to landscape some industrial park either.
Just ask me. I'll teach you how it works. Seriously, man. You got a problem with Mama becoming a writer?
You know, Mom asked me the same thing when she was in New York. Guess it shows or something. Yeah, between you and me, I've been having some feelings of resentment. Like she's moving in on my turf or something. Not to mention the fact she's probably going to make more in a year than I'll make in my entire life. Yeah. I'm also concerned about this whole business with Ned still.
I thought you had that all worked out.
Yeah, you know, it helps to know that he has a wife that approves, but
yeah.
I'm still worried. She's going to get hurt.
Well, you don't know that for sure. I mean, you can get hurt walking down the street.
Yeah, but some risks are riskier than others. You know, I'm also a little, concerned about Angel.
Come on, Seth. How many times are we going to go through this, huh? I love Angel. I'm going to marry Angel. Everything's going to be fine.
Well, you can talk till the cows come home, but, I know you still got feelings for Julie. Angel's been hurt before.
I know that. And I am not going to hurt Angel, okay?
Yeah, excuse me, all right?
I know we both remember all the good times at the farm when we were married. And that's precisely why we shouldn't see each other again.
Hey, my nickel. Call Julie, like Angel wanted. I'll take a walk.
Hello?
Julie.
Caleb, is that you?
Frank, I hope you know that that woman is just someone he met while he was in Europe when he was married to Carolyn.
Andy, Daryl met a lot of women when he was there. Most of them were more than just friends.
I just wish I could say something or do something to help. You know, he hasn't taken his eyes off you all day.
You know, when I first came in and saw him, I wanted to leave immediately, and then I thought, no, I'm not going to do that. I can't keep running from him like this.
It's a good sign. It's what I've been doing all summer with Evan.
I have the distinct impression that your mind is elsewhere.
I'm sorry. I apologize. I'll be honest with you. That woman over there is my wife. We've had a little misunderstanding. It's a bit awkward, actually.
Say no more. This has been a lovely luncheon. But I really do have a few things to take care of. When you and your wife settle your differences, I'd love to meet her.
Well, I hope we can arrange that.
Knowing your powers of persuasion, I have no doubts. I'll be in touch.
Cheers.
Well, 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 Kitty, what a surprise. You remember Miss Walsh, of course.
Yes, of course. Lovely to see you again. Scotty, I just found out from my old friend, Daryl, that his wife is part of your new extended family.
Have a nice trip back to London. Connor?
I don't think that this is the time or the place to talk about this, okay?
Why not? Oh, man, this isn't that Emily thing again, is it?
You know, I still don't think that you're completely honest with me. And I just have these feelings I can't shake, okay? I want to talk a bit later.
It's 3 o'clock. I hope you're planning on being at the office sometime soon.
Treated like a second-class citizen.
Yeah, I know the feeling.
Friend, can we please talk?
Yeah, all right. Maybe we should. You know, Daryl, it's been so long and so many things happened that day in the ski lodge. I'm having trouble remembering everything, although there is something that just popped into my head, and I'd be very curious to see how you explain yourself out of this one.
We'll continue with part 2 of As the World Turns in just a moment. And now part 2 of As the World Turns.
How you doing?
I'm doing okay.
Good, good.
I'm still angry inside.
Well, you heard Dr. Michaels. It's good to let that anger out. Feeling a lot of rage myself. I was thinking about maybe taking your counselor's advice and looking for a group for husbands of rape victims or something.
You would do that?
Yeah, why? It can only help, right?
I'm just trying to picture you
What?
admitting that you're not capable of handling something on your own because you're so sure of yourself. You're so confident.
Well, you're the most gutsy lady I've ever known, so I figure if you have the guts to admit it, then if you can, I can.
I thought I'd go over to your house and try to talk to Franny.
Well, Mom, it's up to Franny to explain the situation, and I hope she does. I'll see you later. Margot. How you doing?
I'm okay, I really am. We just had another session with Dr. Michaels.
Good. Oh, about tonight, Franny is going with us. Are you two still in the wedding party?
Yeah. As a matter of fact, I'm kind of looking forward to it now.
So Franny's going with you, huh? I guess there's no change with Darryl?
No, I'm afraid not. Gavin Kruger called the house. Franny refused to talk to him.
Well, that guy never lets up, does he? Well, I'm glad Franny didn't take the bait this time.
I guess you're surprised to see me here. Well, I'm surprised to see me here, too. It's not the news, although I find that very disturbing. It's just that I seem to have a strange feeling right here on my chest.
Well, then I think we should clarify what it is that's bothering you. I mean, is it that John is marrying Iva, who is not your favorite person, or is it that he's just getting married? Because that kind of ends your relationship with him.
No, it has nothing to do with that. John and I are finished. I wouldn't take the man back on a silver platter. It's not that. I mean, certainly we had, in our relationship, there were some very satisfactory moments, but you know all about those because we've talked about that.
I remember you said there was a very strong sexual bond between the two of you.
Yeah, well, now he's bonding with Iva, and she's bringing forth fruit. Oh, you didn't know that. She's pregnant. Now, the marriage talk, I mean, that doesn't bother me at all. Good God, Iva's got to marry someone. That's not it. I think what it is the big secret. It's that secret, the secret about Aaron. When they get married, Iva will succumb to John's will, and he'll tell Lily, and she'll suffer even more. I mean, right now, she's dying by bits and pieces because of Holden being gone.
I take it there's still no word, then. How does that make you feel, given the fact that you never quite approved of Holden?
Oh, great. I'm right. What do you think it makes me feel? I don't get any pleasure out of feeling that I'm right.
So you have considered the possibility that he could be in serious trouble, or injured, or...
Or perhaps he just flew the coop.
Well, that's just speculation.
I do have something I want to ask you. What if, by chance, something should fall into my hands that would seem to, that it was more than mere speculation?
Go on.
Would it be so bad not to tell Lily about it? I mean, just to spare her from further suffering.
You know the answer to that, Lucinda. Lily is a grown woman who loves this man very much. He is missing, and if any such proof should fall into your hands, then I don't care how hurtful it is, Lily has a right to know.
Tess, I'm not proud of what has happened. But don't you think it's better that we're honest with one another?
No, I don't.
Tess, you gotta believe that I never meant to hurt you.
Maybe I'm wrong about blaming Rosanna. You know when I think your problem started? Was when Link caught Marcy doing all of those awful things, when Marcy was cheating on him. You changed. Not only did you stop trusting yourself, you stopped trusting women. You stopped trusting everyone.
That's ridiculous.
Is it really?
Tess.
No, it isn't. I saw it with my own eyes. You know, maybe that's what this whole thing with Rosanna is all about. You feel safer with some runaway, some girl with no name. You don't even know her. You feel safer with her than you do with me. Face it, Hutch, you have a problem with commitment. You have a problem making a commitment to someone that you have slept with for over a year. Go on, talk to him. I know you're worried. Just try. Hutch? Are you okay?
You know, Roseanne, it's probably a good thing you never wanted to get to know me, because I'd probably end up just hurting you the way I do everybody else.
It's hard to believe something could go wrong between them, knowing how much they loved each other.
It just goes to prove that things can go wrong, no matter how strong your feelings are.
Even if I did believe you, Daryl, you're still admitting that you lied to me on our honeymoon.
Okay, a white lie. I knew that you'd love Sardinia, and I knew you'd be upset if you knew that Carolyn and I had spent just one night there, and well, I was there one other time for a few hours on business. That's when I wrote her that letter. So I guess technically you're right. Yeah, I lied, but I'm sorry.
They just keep piling up, don't they, Daryl, the white lies? You know what you're like? You're like the boy who cried wolf and then wondered why no one believed you.
Everything I told you about Candace is true, and I had nothing to do with her sudden trips to Des Moines.
Just stop it, all right? I don't know who or what to believe anymore, and it's going to drive me over the edge.
Honey, you sound just like Carolyn did before she agreed to see Dr. Allen.
I am not Carolyn. And I am not going to commit myself to a mental hospital simply because I have a husband who I can't believe.
Excuse me, sorry, guys. Your mom's on the phone.
So, Lamar, when are you heading back to New York?
I'm not sure yet.
Actually, Felix, you know what? You could help me convince him to stay on. I have a very good position for him over at the Argus.
Hey, that might be a good idea, Lamar. I'm sure Jessica would love to have a brother here.
Duncan, you wanted to see
Oh,
me?
hi. Yes, excuse me.
Maybe you should take a nap before tonight.
Jessica.
Felix, I thought you'd gone back to Chicago.
And miss seeing you walk down that aisle? Never.
So, what do you think of the idea?
I'm really not sure. Can I let you know?
Listen, sweetie, we better get a move on if we don't want to be late for our own wedding.
I want both you and Kira to knock off early tonight, and I don't want any arguments.
Oh, well, you're not going to get any. Thank you. It's really
Courtney,
thoughtful.
I have to talk to you right now. We have to
Tess.
talk.
Okay. Oh, Tess, I'm so glad you're all right.
No, I'm not all right,
Sober.
Lisa. I've never been worse in my life.
Well, I hope Candace calls so we can straighten this thing
I don't
out.
think I would believe anything she had to say, Daryl.
Honey, would you listen to her and please try and trust me again?
Mac, I don't know what to think. Darryl? Murderer? You can be more objective. Do you see any truth in Gavin Kruger's accusations?
Well, I'll tell you what I told Margot. The letter is a very clever piece of work. I mean, it could even make a crazy kind of sense, except who would know how to turn it around and say that he was set up better than the guilty party himself?
Kruger?
Of course.
Then you don't think it's possible that there's any truth in what Kruger's saying?
Bob, anything's possible. You know, Kruger is a pathological liar who hates Darrell's guts. And don't forget, he was convicted by 2 juries.
Yeah, but about that, you know, Margot kept running into stone wall after stone wall, and then suddenly all the pieces fall into place.
Well, you know, I question that, too. So to me, it means that Gavin's a genius at concealing evidence. Look, Bob, I'm a cop. And a cop will never give you an absolute. But believe me, 99% of that letter is nothing but a pack of lies meant to raise doubts about Darrell. And it obviously worked. At least that's the way I read it.
Thanks, Mac. I feel a lot better hearing you say that. Hi.
Hey, Bob, how's Franny doing?
About the same, but I have a feeling things are going to get better. See you two at the wedding.
I guess I'll try to call Julie again. She said to call back in about half an hour, as soon as Ron splits. You know, Seth, she seemed really scared. She sounded like she was a prisoner or something. Yeah, don't jump to conclusions before you know what's going on. Julie, timing okay?
Yeah, it's perfect. Ron just left for a shoot. He won't be back till late tonight.
Great. Then I'll come by, see you and the baby then.
Well, Ron took Lisa Ann and the nanny with him. So...
Well, maybe I'll do it some other time,
No, another time wouldn't work out. Look, why don't you just get here at 7 o'clock, okay? But Caleb, you gotta promise me that we're not gonna talk about the old times like we did at Lisa's penthouse. All right. I have a million questions I want to ask you about how everybody's doing and everything, but you gotta promise me that.
Julie, I can't promise you that. It's time that we sat down and we talked things out honestly and openly, and our past is a big part of that.
Yes, Scott.
Oh, you look lovely.
Oh, thank you.
Look, I know you're on your way to the wedding, but I just wanted you to see these figures I worked up on Kruger.
What's going on here? What's the matter? It's after 6 o'clock. Are you sick or something, or just a change in your work ethic?
I thought I'd make an exception.
Oh.
But you're right. Perhaps I should leave before I turn into a pumpkin.
Just a moment. I had another conversation with Lee Hemingway in Boston. Indeed, Fitzgibbon Limited was tipped off to my takeover plans.
Well, that might be the case, but I told you before, I'm not responsible for that leak.
Yeah, but how do you know, since you can't remember if you ever mentioned your meetings with Lee to Connor Wall?
Because I am sure of Connor. On that note, enjoy your evening.
Oh, all right. Just one other thing. I mean, since we're talking about your ladies. I really meant that when I said I want you to use your friend Kitty Fielding to set up the proper climate for my meeting with Sir Albert Fielding.
Excuse me.
Hello, you look gorgeous.
Thank you. I hope I'm not interrupting the meeting.
No, not at all. Actually, your timing was perfect. Ladies, have a nice evening.
Baby, you just look so beautiful, and you really tried. And I'm so glad, darling, that you're going to go out and...
I don't know if I'm up to this. It's just going to bring back memories of my wedding. I don't know if I can do this.
No. If something should come to my attention, some proof about Holden that might hurt Lily, would it be so wrong to keep it from her?
Well, from here, your breathing appears to be normal.
Oh, thanks.
Check this while I'm here. Looks like that pulse is regular too, buddy.
Well, what do I have to be nervous about? This is just a dream realized, that's all.
Well, no two people have fought harder to be together than you and Jess.
And no two people have been more supportive than you and Mark. That's why it's appropriate that you're a special part of this evening.
Thanks, Doctor.
Thank you. Now, if I could just get a phone call from Beatrice saying that she and Brian were here with the grandchildren.
Well, I know that's been rough on you, but maybe in time, huh?
I don't think so. You didn't hear them. To hell with it.
Okay.
How's Margot doing?
Well, she had another session today, got to release some of that anger.
Oh, that's good. And?
And?
How about you?
Well, that's another story. I did explode that one time at the hospital, but I've been trying to keep a lid on that so that Margot doesn't have to deal with it. But every time I think of those two creeps touching her and hurting her like that.
Tom, I can't even imagine what I would have done in your place.
Well, let me tell you, I pray that you never have to. Okay, I'm in violation of the best man code. You, my friend, are a lucky man, and Jess is a lucky woman. What you have fought for will be well worth it. I've been married for 9 years, so take it from an old pro. You will never get more pleasure than what you're about to embark upon. Okay, you first.
Oh, no,
last time.
You first.
Last time, go ahead. The last time, go ahead.
Hey!
Hey!
It's almost time.
Yes.
How you holding up?
Oh, just a couple of thousand butterflies, that's all.
Why? Because you're changing your entire life?
Oh, you had to say it.
Come on, you're supposed to be terrified.
Well, I am.
Good. I was the day I married Tom. Boy, I remember sitting in that park thinking, gosh, I wish Tom could be called away to the Yukon. But Jessica, I thank God every day for that man. And after everything you and Duncan have been through, you're going to see it's all so worth it. And you, ooh, you are going to be a beautiful, beautiful bride.
Thank you. Hi.
Guys, why are you
dragging your feet. We have a wedding to put on.
Yes, we know.
Oh,
look at you.
Ah. Well, I dare say that a certain young man named Cliff sees you. You might be next.
Thank you, but I hope I just don't screw up the song.
Oh, you won't screw up the song. It will be wonderful. You all look so beautiful. Jess, honey, I have a little something for you. I wore it the day I married Kenny, and you gave it to me. You remember? Of course I remember. Thank you, sweetie. Thank you.
And I've got the borrowed thing. Jessica, Tom gave this to me on our wedding day. And I'd be so honored if you wore it.
I'm the one who's honored. I'll take good care of it.
Well, you better. I want it back.
Jessie Louise, something old.
It's from Mama. For you. Her mama gave it to her when she married Poppy. Baby, I'm so sorry they aren't here, but they still love you, honey.
They always will. Yeah.
Oh, Rosanna, don't run off.
I was just on my way to Cal to straighten out the fight.
I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry about the way I've been acting today.
It's okay. I know you're worried about Tess.
Yeah, I was for a while. But I've done a lot of thinking about it, and she's just laying a guilt trip on me that I do not deserve. So what do you say I walk you back to Cal's, and then I give my dad and my brother a call, and we come back here and take a swim?
Okay, that'd be great. I'm really glad that you're feeling better.
The evening star. They say if you wish really hard on it, anything you wish will come true.
Do you want a drink or something?
No, I'm nervous enough. Thank you, Julie.
Do you mind if I mix one for myself? Okay.
Quite a place you got here. Seth says this address isn't very shabby either. You always did deserve the best, Julie.
I have a million questions about how everybody's doing, and that's why I asked you to come by, Caleb.
Ask away.
Well, first of all, how are Lily and Holden doing?
You don't know, do you? I just assumed that Lisa told you.
You know what, Caleb? I haven't talked to anybody in over a month.
Julie, I hate to be the one to tell you this, but Holden's missing. He disappeared right after he had an argument with Lily, and nobody's seen or heard from him since.
Well, this was definitely one of my better ideas.
One of them.
So what about you? You come up with any place to have dinner?
I thought that maybe we would go to that little French restaurant where we went on our first date.
There you go. You know, it doesn't seem like so long ago, and yet so much has happened since then.
Well, I like those changes that have happened.
Since then.
I'm sorry, excuse me. This part of the club is closing soon because we're having a wedding reception tonight, okay?
Thank you. So you see, when you get changed, I'll meet you back out here.
Okay.
Still hanging around?
Let's say I've taken a fancy to Oakdale.
Well, bully for you. If you don't mind, I want to go change. I'm taking Connor out for dinner.
I remember our dinners in England, those romantic little country inns.
Yeah, I haven't forgotten them either, Kitty. That's why it's so nice to be having dinner with somebody who doesn't play games. Someone I can trust.
Well, I hope you don't trust Ms. Walsh with too many business secrets. Like that one about Boston, for instance.
Since there's no bride or groom side, any preference?
No, anywhere's fine. Thanks. Oh, hey, it's good to see you here. Thank you, thank you. It's good to see you, too. Go ahead. Hi.
This portion of As the World Turns has been brought to you by Honey Made Grahams from Nabisco. They just make you feel good.
He's back where he belongs. Join Donahue weekday afternoons at 5 starting August 31st. Up next, Musette is in for a real blast on Guiding Light here on WJBK TV2.
Blouses by Regina Porter. Men's accessories by Swank Incorporated. This is Dan Regent, inviting you to join us again Monday for As the World Turns.